stands as a silent witness to centuries of Vietnam's turbulent history. Its weathered brick walls, once formidable defenses against foreign invaders, are now scarred by the memories of epic battles and unimaginable valor. To truly understand the heroism that echoes within these ancient stones, one must journey back through time, to an era when the fate of a nation depended on the courage of its people. Quang Citadel was originally constructed in the early 19th century, during the reign of Emperor Jia Long of the Nguyen dynasty. Designed in the Vauban style, the fortress was built to protect the northern gateway of the imperial city of Hue. Its thick walls, stretching nearly 2 kilometers in circumference, and its 4 imposing gates symbolized the strength and resilience of the Vietnamese people. But it was not until the 20th century, during the height of the Vietnam War, that the Citadel would become a crucible of heroism. In the summer of 1972, the Citadel found itself at the center of one of the most intense and protracted battles of the war. The North Vietnamese Army launched the Easter Offensive, aiming to seize Quang Tri Province and spark a shift in the balance of power. The ancient fortress became the focal point of resistance, an unyielding obstacle that both sides recognized as a symbol of national pride and strategic importance. For 81 harrowing days and nights, the Quang Tri Citadel was transformed into a battlefield. Artillery shells rained down relentlessly, churning the earth and reducing much of the citadel to rubble. The air was thick with smoke and the acrid scent of gunpowder. Yet, despite overwhelming odds, the defenders of the citadel refused to yield. Vietnamese soldiers, many of them barely out of their teens, clung to their posts with a determination that defied belief. They endured hunger, thirst, and exhaustion, facing death at every turn. The conditions inside the citadel were unimaginable. Trenches flooded with rainwater and blood. Medical supplies were scarce, and wounded soldiers often had to rely on the kindness and ingenuity of their comrades to survive. Communication with the outside world was frequently cut off, and reinforcements were slow in coming. But the spirit that animated these young men and women was unbreakable. United by a sense of duty and an unwavering love for their homeland, they held the line against wave after wave of attacks. Each brick of the citadel became a shield, each courtyard a stage for acts of extraordinary bravery. Time and again, soldiers risked their lives to rescue wounded friends, retrieve fallen comrades, or simply hold a section of wall for a few more precious moments. There are countless stories of heroism that emerged from those desperate days. Some soldiers, when faced with the prospect of capture, chose to detonate grenades rather than surrender. Others crawled through enemy fire to deliver messages or supplies, knowing full well that they might never return. The people of Quang Tri City, too, were heroes in their own right. Many civilians remained in the city during the siege, offering what little food, water, or medical care they could muster to the soldiers defending the citadel. Mothers, fathers, and children braved the shelling to search for loved ones, to bury the dead, or simply to bear witness to the sacrifice unfolding around them. Their quiet courage and resilience became an essential part of the fortress's story. As the battle raged on, the eyes of the nation turned to Quang Tri. The fate of the citadel became a rallying cry for the Vietnamese people, a testament to their unyielding spirit in the face of adversity. The defenders' refusal to surrender inspired a wave of support and solidarity across the country. Songs were written, poems composed, and stories shared, all celebrating the indomitable will of those inside the fortress. Ultimately, the battle for Quang Tri Citadel ended in a costly stalemate. The fortress changed hands several times, and when the smoke finally cleared, it was little more than a scarred ruin. But for the people of Vietnam, the true victory lay not in the shifting front lines, but in the heroism that had been revealed. The citadel became a symbol, a sacred place where the courage and sacrifice of thousands had been etched into the very stones. Today, visitors to Quang Tri Citadel cannot help but feel the weight of history. As they walk along the crumbling ramparts or stand in the shadow of the battered gates, they are reminded of the young men and women who once fought here, clinging to hope amid the chaos of war. Memorials and monuments now dot the grounds, honoring the fallen and preserving the memory of their sacrifice for future generations. But the heroism of Quang Citadel is not just a story of war. It is a lesson in the enduring power of the human spirit. It speaks to the capacity for ordinary people to rise to extraordinary heights when called upon by fate. It is a reminder that true courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to act in spite of it, driven by love for one's country, for one's family, and for the ideals that bind a nation together. The legacy of Quang Citadel continues to inspire. Every year, ceremonies are held to commemorate the battle and honor those who gave their lives. Veterans and their families return to pay their respects, sharing stories of hardship and hope. Young people visit, learning about the sacrifices that made their peace and freedom possible. The fortress stands, battered but unbroken, as a beacon of resilience for all who pass through its gates. In the end, the heroism within Quang Citadel is not confined to the past. It lives on in the collective memory of a nation, in the quiet strength of its people, and in the enduring promise that even in the darkest of times, courage and sacrifice can illuminate the path to a brighter future. As the sun sets over the ancient walls and the river flows quietly by, Quang Citadel remains, forever a testament to the heroism that lies within us all.